Lee here. So it's an exciting day for me. I've been planning to make a production quality guitar, something I can reproduce, my own design, my own shape that I can reproduce time and time again. So a couple of videos you saw me post before, I've made a couple of jigs. So I now have a fretboard radius jig and also a neck carving jig. So that will help me a lot in reproducing the same guitar over and over again. So what I thought I'd do this intro video is just take you through the wood I've got, the design I've come up with. Hopefully you like what you see, and then I'll crack on and I'll start building the prototype. So to start with, let's just take a look at some of the shapes. So I've got my own design headstock that I've made. I've had a look online. It's quite hard to get a really unique headstock design without it being too crazy. Now, obviously, I want it to look a little more normal. So this is what I've come up with. It's sort of a mixture between PRS and Gibson, if you like. So it's a 3 up, 3 down headstock. So I'm really happy with that. Hopefully you like the shape of that. I've also been working on a body as well. Yeah, let me hold it up to here first. So hopefully you can get a good look at the shape of that. Sort of PRS-y, but what I'll do is I'll just take you through some of my design choices on here. So hopefully you can see here, it is a double cut design. It's a double cut designed for a bolt-on neck. I'm just going to stick to a bolt-on neck for now. There's no reason to do a set neck. I don't particularly think they're any better or worse than bolt-ons anyway. I've got good sounding guitars that are either both bolt-on and set necks. So I'll leave it like that because it's a lot easier for me to design and produce to start with. The basic design is sort of like a PRS. It's a double humbucker design. It's going to have a tremolo in it, but what I've done is I've made the back of the guitar a lot shorter. So it's sort of a stubby back, and the horn on the front doesn't look too big. It's actually a small body design, so it is actually slightly smaller than things like Fenders and even PRS. That's intentional. I want something modern, but hopefully timeless and lightweight. I'm not trying to reproduce the classics. You know, I leave that to Fender and Gibson. They do a good enough job of that. What I want is something modern, lightweight, good looking with a timeless design. So hopefully between the headstock and this body design, I've come up with something that looks good and I'll be able to reproduce over and over again. So the next thing I want to show you is some of the wood selection I've got. I haven't quite decided what I'm going to go for. I've got enough wood here and in the home workshop to create 2 guitars. So I'll do one prototype and then one number 1, if you like. So what I've got here, if you can see this, hopefully I've got 2 different fretboard woods that I can choose. So I have a piece of roasted maple. It's got a lovely flame in it as well. I didn't intentionally look for that. It just came with that. So I'm really pleased because that was really good value, this piece of wood for a fretboard. So that's roasted maple with a lovely flame on it. I've also got a piece of ebony as well that I can choose. So I've not really picked which one of these I'm going to use yet. I suppose a lot of it will do with the neck that I choose to put on there. For the neck, I have a just standard piece of maple. On this piece, again, I don't know if you can see that on this camera, but I'm lucky enough that there is a very slight flame on this. So I don't know if that will come out in the polishing, but if I go for the maple, that will be the neck. But I've also got a piece of American walnut as well. So that's the other neck piece I haven't decided if I'm going to use yet. American walnut is lovely. You can use it for necks. It's quite a hard resonant wood. So that could be one to go for. So my first decision is, I suppose, which fretboard to use with which neck. Now, having a look on here, I think I'll probably stick to the roasted maple on the maple neck and the ebony on the walnut neck. So that's probably what I'm going to go for. The question is which one? Shall I make the maple neck or shall I make the prototype out of the maple neck, or shall I make the prototype out of the walnut with the ebony? I really don't know yet. Last piece of wood I have for the body is, it's sort of similar to mahogany. It's actually called sapele. I believe that's how you pronounce it. But you can get this quite easily and quite cheap in the UK. So I thought I would give that a go. I have actually made a guitar out of a guitar body out of sapele before, and it worked perfectly fine, to be honest with you. I thought it still had a good sound to it. It wasn't dull in any way. It sounded very similar to mahogany bodies, if I'm absolutely honest. But because it's good value in the UK, I don't know why it is, but it's much easier to source than proper mahogany. I thought I'd use that for the body. So hopefully you can take a good look at all of these. And that's it for this video. So just an introduction, just to show you my designs, show you the wood choices that I have available. And what I will be doing is I'll start building this. I think I'm going to start with the body first. So next video, we'll kick off with my prototype build. Hopefully everything goes okay, and I'll catch up with you soon. Cheers.